What's up guys, Luke here from 13 Motorsports, and we are doing another boot to bonnet. Today we are doing this beautiful track prepped S2000. And this car came to us to do a little bit of work and just cleaning up some install bits to make it more reliable on the track. We've since done that, so here we are. So starting with the exterior, it's got some really cool track bits like the air inlet built into the headlight. It's actually functional on both sides. Canards, a functional front splitter that's mounted to the chassis very nicely. You can see the vents on the hood. Making our way around, he's rocking the Advance RS2 wheels, the StopTech big brake kit. Moving around the back, to balance out the aerodynamics, it's got a Voltex rear wing mounted to the trunk. It's got a nice Vibrant Performance exhaust system. We did a little bit of work on it to add an additional muffler just to bring the decibels down a little bit. And of course, it's got the hard top, which everybody loves on the S2000. Let's check out the interior and you can see what a nice clean track car can look like. But there's a couple things in here just because. It's got the Sparco Sprint bucket seats. It's also got a bolt-in roll bar. Some nice clean carbon fiber panels in there, as well as the switches. Let's go around and check out the interior in a little bit more depth. So on the interior, it's got a cool dash display here. It loads up, and it's got switches to operate all the functions inside. It also has a adjustable brake proportioning valve on this side, and it's equipped with an AccuSump, so you can run that system and charge up the oil pressure before you start it. It's got a full pedal box underneath and dual master cylinders, which I'll show you in a minute. It's got this neat tablet dash. Instead of getting one of those really expensive ones, you can run this and it works really good. So now that we got the comfort features shown there, let's check out what's under the hood, because this is where it really gets cool. So under the hood, you've got a K24 engine, not the F series that normally comes in here. And of course, it's got the big turbo on it. The car's supposed to be making around 440 wheel horsepower. We haven't tuned it or dynoed it to confirm, but it feels pretty quick. And what we did when it came in is we installed this CSF racing radiator, built a dual fan shroud setup here to keep it all nice and cool, built some nice ducting here to keep the air going through the rad, as well as in the front bumper. It's also an air deflector here, and it's all sealed off with some foam to get the air going through the heat exchangers instead of around it. And then again, under the hood, it had a header tank setup originally, which we maintained. And then we went through and changed all the lines here, put some heat shielding on them, and just tidied up some other miscellaneous bits to make it all super functional. We made this 4-inch intake here just to get the air coming in from the headlight ducts into the air filter. Nice, fresh and cool air, super important for a turbocharged car. As well as we had to redo some of the intercooler piping here just to get it all fit up nicely. The AccuSump system is here. And if you don't know what this system does, is it basically stores oil pressure in that tank. And then when the oil pressure gets low in the system, it'll automatically inject oil back into the engine to reduce the chance of you starving the engine. You can also prime the engine with the system as well. So inject high pressure oil into the engine to get everything lubricated before you crank it over, because most of your wear is going to come from your cold starts. In the back corner here, this is the dual master cylinder setup. So you got one master cylinder for the front braking system and one for the rear, and then that knob on the interior, you're able to adjust the proportioning between the two, which is really good on a track car, especially this car with no brake assist. via the booster. The brakes are, they need to warm up before they work. It's a little bit tricky to drive on the street, but this car will really come alive on the racetrack. It's something awesome to drive. This car also features an awesome suspension kit by MCS with remote reservoirs front and rear, and it's fully adjustable, two-way I believe. The reservoir is actually tucked underneath this panel, and then there's two more in the trunk. But what that allows you to do is gives you additional fluid capacity for the suspension so it doesn't overheat, and also keeps it from cavitating the oil. And it rides terrific. So with that being said, I say we go and take it for a drive, see how it feels. First thing you notice immediately is the diff, pretty much immediate lockup. The second thing you notice with this car is, besides the squeaking of the hardtop, is the brakes. The brakes, as I said before, there's no brake booster, so the brake pedal is very firm and requires your entire leg to press the pedal. You can't just use your toes or your big toe like I like to do in the GR. Aside from that, it feels totally manageable. The alignment's not too crazy, so it doesn't wander all over the road. And the suspension is surprisingly compliant over the bumps. It soaks up the bumps amazingly. Steering feels very sharp and direct, and lots of rocks and debris getting kicked up by those sticky Nankang tires. The final drive is also super short, super short. On the highway, doing 100, it's almost at 4,000 RPM, which, not the best thing for fuel economy, but great for getting a little bit more torque to the wheels. And the car has all the functions you need. It's got a horn, which we installed. It's got indicators, it's got headlights, it has brake lights, it has everything it needs to be street legal. So it's perfectly sane driving. It's got all your instrumentation here. You got your engine coolant temperature, oil pressure, AFRs, battery voltage, fuel pressure, air temperatures, everything is good. So it's very nice to drive. I think we'll take it through a couple corners and see how it feels. Pedal placement is perfect for heel and toe. Even for me, first time driving this car. Yeah, hang on, let's take a corner and you'll see it's pretty easy. Half a foot, nice shift. Now that the brakes are warmed up, they bite quite well, and they would be amazing on the track because you can very easily modulate the pedal, and it feels like the more you press, the more you get, which sometimes is not true with some braking systems. All right, one more rip. Good. It's good. This thing makes the gears feel super short, but overall, really good street car. It's probably a little bit loud for my old ass ears, but we'll wait to see what our friend Jay says when he reviews it at the track. Maybe I'll get to, I don't know, we'll see. All right, so we're back at the shop now. Car's all clean, did my spray down. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys will watch some more of these videos. Like, subscribe, share, comment below, because that gives us the incentive to make even more cool videos about the awesome cars that we work on all the time. Special thank you to our sponsors, Eneos, Vibrant Performance, XClutch, JRP, and Track One for making this all possible.